Hi, it's Ryan from Knights Around the Table, and this is Lorenzo Il Magnifico, a game that I'm going to unbox for you very, very quickly. I know nothing about it, so I can't say anything, except that it is illustrated by the immensely untalented but inexplicably popular Clemens Franz. And I just noticed it's by Simon. I think this is the only Simon game I own in my entire collection, and I am under the impression that they're known for their Zombicide game, and when I think Simon, I think miniatures. I don't know if there are any miniatures even in this box. What I do know about it though is my friend Jay, who I play with maybe every Tuesday, says that it's great. He loves it. It's one of his top games. We were meant to play it. We weren't able to, so Cheryl just went out and got it for me for Christmas. Hooray! Let's open it. Find out what the big deal is. The back of the box promises or suggests or hints that perhaps this is a dice worker placement game. And if you know anything about me or my tastes, I love dice worker placement games. I'm also excited because Lorenzo Il Magnifico, Lorenzo de Medici, that's hard to say, but fun to say. Lorenzo de Medici. The rest of the video will be me saying Lorenzo de Medici. Lorenzo de Medici wears that hat, and I have that hat in my hat collection for making... Sorry, I wasn't even listening. Box Fartometer, I'm going to give that a 1. I heard a little bloop at the very end. Super exciting. No, it's not. Right off the top of the rule book, how thick is the rule book? Not too terrible, actually. Lots of full color examples of the things that go on in the game. Pretty nice. A good deal of text, but doesn't look like anything too daunting. I'd sit and drink tea to that, except I don't like tea because it tastes like tree bark. That is 11 pages all told, 11, 12 pages. Great. Rule book. And a card explaining to you what all the different, I assume, leaders do? I don't know. Bunch of card to punch out. By now, very familiar with Clemens Franz's work, so this looks like every other game in my collection by now, illustrated by Clemens Franz. And some boards. Oh, that's interesting. There's some boards to punch out. I don't know why you even punch them out. Oh, maybe to give it a rounded edge? That's kind of interesting. That's really weird that they would go and pay for a die just to punch out the edge of that board so that the boards have a rounded edge. Strange. That's a really strange decision. I'm surprised that the publisher spent money on that. Simon, what you doing? Come on, you got family to feed over here. But look at this. This is pretty. This is really, really nice. Looks gorgeous on the back of the board. Anyway, let's open up the board and see what it actually looks like when you get it done. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, I was going to say earlier, I'm really excited about this game because eventually I'll do a how to play and I get to wear that hat in my collection. Did I already say that? I don't know. I don't even know what day it is today. Pretty and lovely, and ooh, stuff happens here and things happen here, and I bet you put cards in the tower up here, I'm guessing. I don't know. Cool. Nice looking board, but I'd almost rather play on the back of the board. That paisley pattern looks really, really gorgeous. It's the same thing that you find on the front of the box. The wood is going to get unceremoniously dumped on the table. Woo! There it all is. We've seen pieces like these before. These little meeples that are a little bit more anatomically correct, but not so much that the little ones can't play with you. Oh, look at these. These are cool. You get little purple Pac-Mans. What do they represent? Cheese wheels? I don't know. Huh, little purple Pac-Mans. And this is like a little gray. It's probably ore, but I like to think of it as like a little car that you're driving. Doesn't that look like a little Yugo or something? I don't know. If I made the game, it'd be Yugo. And look, big Pac-Mans, not too sure. And little yellow cubes, fun fun stuff. I think these get stickers on them, these little dowels. And a couple of dice. So I'm wrong. It can't be a dice worker placement game if you only have 3 dice in the game. So foo on that. It's a something else kind of game. I don't even know. Off we go with the wood. And deck of cards, if I were to estimate, probably approximately 50,000. It's also very sharp. The corner of these cards. There we go. These are lovely. And I want to see if my theory bears out. So I've opened these cards. The backs of them say 3 in Roman numerals, or in Spanish, ay, ay, ay. Awful joke. Okay, that's why we're here, folks. And then the fronts of the cards, they're all in different colors and different Roman numerals. And the fronts of the cards depict things, bits of castles and buildings and icons that I don't understand yet. Lovely. And do they fit like I theorized they would in these towers? Let's see. Oh, look, beautiful, like a glove. So that has to be what happened. Oh, and there, oh my gosh, look, the mystery unravels. They are the same colors on the backs as these towers. There's a yellow card and there's gonna be a blue card in there. Oh my gosh, I can almost teach this game to myself without reading any rules. One day I'd like to do that. You know, I'd like to buy a game and just do a video of me trying to play it, having never read the rules. Wouldn't that be entertaining for me and nobody else? Cool, what else is in the box? The last remaining bits, we've got this well-style non-insert where you just dump all your stuff. There are the stickers that I mentioned that go on top of the dowels that we looked at. Maybe there's multiple sheets of stickers. In fact, there are, blap, blap, blap. There they are. Presumably in 4 player colors, maybe. Maybe. And last thing, another deck of likely 50,000 cards with Lorenzo's image on it. Lorenzo de' Medici, if you don't know, I was going to look him up on Wikipedia so I could sound smart telling you all about him. But I know very little about him except that he was a famous patron of the arts and that I confuse him with... I'm getting old, I forget things. Who's the guy whose name started with an M, who's bad? Machiavelli. I confused Lorenzo de' Medici with Machiavelli. 2 different guys. Different, I'm assuming, noble people or artists that you can claim that give you stuff, including a dowel and a card and some dices. Let's say dice in Italian. Neat. That's what you get in the box. I'm excited to learn it and play it. If you've played this, let me know what you think about it. Maybe it's the worst game of all time, or maybe you love it so much. I hope it's the latter. I will come back at you with a how to play later on. Thanks for watching this one. Did you just watch that whole thing? Oh, hey, to 100% this video, click the badge to subscribe and then click the bell to get notifications when I've got new stuff.